who catches your eye? Who do you love watching and learning from?
Mostly guy streamers I watched, but I also had a couple of girl streamers. So back when Valkyrie was on Twitch, I watched her for a period of time. There's actually also a period of time earlier this year when I was watching Brooke. So
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another wonderful episode of the CouRage and Nadeshot Show. And yeah, we've done a lot of these intros so far, but there are ones that really do mean more to me. The ones where we welcome a new member of 100 Thieves, because, you know, we've had people on here like, oh, who cares about Tim the Tat Man and Cloaksy and all these people not in 100 Thieves.
Not me. I don't care about them at all.
Who even knows who they are? But here today, we have the one, the only Neeko, the newest member of 100 Thieves. Congratulations. Repping the jersey. Look, it looks great. How happy are you that this news is finally out, and congratulations?
I am extremely excited. You know, like you dream of a lot of things, but you're like, oh, you know, maybe they won't come true, but you keep dreaming. And then when something actually big like this happens to you, I mean, at least for me, it's like insane. So I'm more than excited. I'm like, it's kind of hard to like let it sink in still.
That makes me really happy. That's great to hear. I appreciate that. It's weird to think that this organization was only created a few years ago, and you know, someone can give us the highest praise of being that excited about joining 100 Thieves. Well, for anyone that doesn't know who Neeko is, also known as Nicole, she has over 300,000 followers, over 1.1 million likes on TikTok, close to 1 million followers on Twitter and Instagram combined. And like Jack said, and introduced her as the newest content creator for 100 Thieves. We obviously now the first question I have for you, just to jump straight into it.
Okay.
You've been creating content for over 3 years now. I mean, you were going to college part-time from what I understand, and then you were streaming on Twitch. Is that correct? That's to date. That's a fact.
Yes. It was just school and streaming, but you know, even though school was really heavy, I still didn't want to stop making content. It's just something I always would come back to, no matter how busy I was. So
and obviously you have just exploded over the course of the last 6 months on social media. And my first question would be, did it all originate with the OK Boomer tweet and TikTok? Or where did you see things really pick up for you? Because I don't want to make a generalization. I'm more out of curiosity myself, where people started to take notice and your social engagement would go up and your viewership would go up. What do you think? How did it snowball?
It all started kind of a couple months back. Obviously, you guys know my manager, Nick. We started speaking, and then he would give me all these tips because I didn't really know what his job was, but we were just talking. And then he would say, maybe you should like do this on social media and do that on social media. And you should try out these platforms and see what your reach could be like. And I was like, okay. So I just kind of started following his advice. Little did I know that he was very well experienced in that field. And then eventually it just started like to snowball with TikToks. Just off the bat, like my TikTok started doing good. I started getting like over 100,000 views on almost every TikTok I posted.
That's
and
crazy.
Then it really snowballed onto Twitter. Twitch is still, although Twitch is really huge, it's still kind of like a niche in the grand scheme of things when it comes to social media. So when it came to Twitch reach, it didn't really reach too much. But when it came to Instagram and Twitter, it just slowly started rolling over to that. And then I just hit gold, and then that put me on the map like, okay, Boomer. So
that's awesome. No, I love to hear that, especially for somebody who was going to school. You know, it sounds similar to my story in a lot of ways, just going to school part-time. And I think it's safe to assume that you've quit school now and you're pretty much all in.
Yeah, I mean, my mom isn't like, you know, my mom is like very traditional mindset, like school and job and 9 to 5. But like she very much opened up after like fighting with, not really fighting, but like, you know, tugging on her as the road I wanted to take. She kind of like accepted this and yeah, she just understands like, hey, you should should go all in. You're young, and you should do what you reach for the stars. So
I love
That's what
that.
it's all about.
Now,
That is-
I will say, I do want to compliment you. I feel like when you talk about Twitch, and it may seem as a niche, and it's harder to grow on Twitch, where I completely agree. It's like oversaturated. Everybody's trying to do it. It's hard to get recognition for the great things that each individual is doing. But I will say, I think you have the best and most creative and the most vibrant stream background out of anyone I've ever seen. I mean, it looks like heaven on earth back there. I mean, you got a chicken that's like cross-eyed, a little dog. You got the lights. I mean, it looks so much better than this.
yeah.
I think to each their own. I feel like what people don't bring in background, they bring in personality. AKA you guys have a ton of personality.
Oh,
So
Good save. What
you're
a
part of 100 Thieves. You don't need to gas this up. You know what I mean?
but I don't know. I just like to reflect around me, kind of like what my person. I don't know. It just makes it look cozy and nice, and I feel like it kind of like it connects with my personality, vibrant and peppy and happy and warm, and that's kind of like what I represent. So I just kind of like vomit everywhere around this corner of the room to make it all look like nice and cozy. So
you say peppy and warm and nice, but I don't forgive you for the trash talk we had during the paint challenge. Where
listen, we're not all Picassos, okay?
Wait, listen, I gotta interject. Hold on, just so Jack and Nicole, just so that you guys are aware, I may or may not be cutting that painting video that we did.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, our producer Alex is down in the back right now. So I feel bad kind of throw him under the bus, but
oh shit.
I basically told the content team on our Monday morning meeting, I was like, listen, I want to see it when it's edited and I want to watch it, and then we'll see if we upload it, because Alex had us literally watercolor painting blindfolded.
I'll never forgive him, man.
It was a really hard challenge.
To watercolor paint in the first place, and then he wanted us to do it blindfolded.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
it was very hard. I was like, do you guys, my train of thought was like, do you guys do these types of challenges like all the time? Like,
I don't know, Alex, do we?
Yeah, that was
are we tightroping next time? Like, I gotta walk on a tightrope or something.
Hey, we had our athletic challenge, and Matt nearly hurt his ankle, so we probably should avoid the tightrope challenge too. If you
I think I won that one.
Oh, stop. Jesus. Everyone gets lucky every once in a while. But no, I think it's really funny, Nicole, as you mentioned, like a few things just can kind of kick into gear overnight. And then now, boom, all that hard work you put in, you have that moment where the everything just kind of ignites and takes off. And you have absolutely blown up in regards to your following from, even 6 months ago, as you mentioned, to now. What has it been like getting to that next level of fame where I'm sure you get recognized so much, and sure, with the pandemic going on, we don't go outside as much as we normally would, but I feel like now if you were to go to like a mall or something, many people there would recognize you and want a picture.
Believe it or not, I've actually been in quarantine. Like, I've been very good about staying in, but I actually do have a story. And
there you go.
It wasn't scary, but it was very like new. So I was doing TikToks. I was like recording TikToks, and then I was also wanting to take a selfie. So in where I live, there is a pool all the way at the top that they happen to open. And I was like, oh, like the sun is out. Let me go. And then everyone was at the pool. Like there was, I want to say, for being a small pool, there was about like 30 people. And I was just trying to take a selfie, which was kind of awkward because I had people like, there watching me. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I took a call with Nick, and I was like, hey, I think I'm not going to do it right now. I'll just come back up later because the sun is too bright, blah, blah, blah. And as I was on the phone, 3 big shirtless guys like come and approach me, and I was like have they mistaken me for somebody? Are they even coming towards me? Like, what is going on? Yeah. And then there was this smaller guy. He was all like, are you the okay boomer girl? And I was like I took a step back and I was like, yeah. And he was all like, oh my God, dude, that went like viral. Like, oh
Yeah.
my God, are you from here? And I was like, I mean, I do live here.
Oh, you should have told him.
I know, I panicked. And
Yeah.
Nick was on the phone with me. He's like, you should not have told them that.
Oh, someone asked me if I live there. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Did
I was
they
like,
live there?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know now, but I was just
Was it a
kind of
quick
like,
interaction or did they linger? Because
no, they lingered. They were just
Oh.
like, yeah, they were like kind of like trying to like speak to me, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go. Like, I'm just, the sun is too bright. Like, I was gonna record some things, but I'm leaving now. And they were like, oh, okay, well, we don't want to bother you. Like, nice meeting you. And I was like, it was nice meeting you guys too. It was just like it was so weird. But it was
those
really
interactions, I will say, it's kind of like something that it's a muscle that you continue to build over time, and those interactions become a lot easier. I would say that's the number one thing that I learned. And obviously, I don't want to sit here like on my high chair and say, hey, I get noticed all the time. But sometimes you'd be surprised, like if you go to cons or you go to conventions, well, that's the same thing, or you go to events. They're not very good at introing a conversation because sometimes they can be a little nervous. It's like they watch you at home and they're so surprised to see you in person, and it can be awkward, but you become very good at negating all of that awkwardness and just, having a normal conversation with a regular person. So I think you'll learn over time for sure as you continue to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger.
I mean, the way that they came towards me, I felt like I was put onto a pedestal, which I was like, no, like, honestly, like, just, say hi to me. I was more dumbfounded, if anything. I was just shocked, because little me, and I haven't really been anything big. So the fact that someone recognized me was just like, whoa, this is kind of cool.
I'm sure. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, like, have you had because there's, for example, Matt's experienced this, and because so many events have been canceled, I'm not sure if you've had an opportunity to experience this fully yet, but there is a complete difference too when you go to an event versus just going out in public. When Matt and I when we go to TwitchCon, for example, last year, I mean, you can't even walk the floor with or else a line will start and people will want photos.
You ain't going to TwitchCon no more.
Yeah, that's true. I'm definitely not. I mean, shit. But have you had the experience yet of like, sure, outside of streaming and everything, you're Nicole, but then at a gaming event, you are the Neeko, and everyone's crowding around you, and it's like long lines yet, or because of Corona, you haven't experienced that?
Aside from that interaction, TwitchCon last year, I had a couple people. I think when you're on Twitch I was on Twitch for like just under 3 years. Mm-hmm. And I had a couple people like ask for pictures and stuff, but I mean, I was just like a small. It was just like, everyone gets that. That's a streamer. Yeah. So aside from that, when I went to the Apple store, I got recognized a couple times, but definitely not to the scale of like the CouRages and the Valkyries and the Nadeshots of the world, where they have like lines of people trying to take pictures with you. Definitely not to that scale. But
all right, all right, listen. I know you probably told this story a million times, but I gotta ask because I didn't mean to sound as if I was making a generalization earlier. I know that you've been streaming for 3 years, but I think the most viral moment of your career needs to be spoken about. And I'm sure you've told the story on your own personal stream, but we're gonna ask again here. I just wonder, the OK Boomer. So I actually, when I think of OK Boomer in this phrase, I think of you, genuinely. So was this a song before? And was it something that people were already doing on TikTok? And then on top of it, another layer, you were wearing a Bernie Sanders shirt. And I'm just trying to figure out how that came to be. I want from start to finish the mindset and the thought process of I'm recording this TikTok. OK Boomer is going to be the soundtrack. The Bernie Sanders shirt is coming on, and then we're going to the fucking moon. Where everybody's watching this. It's all over Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. I mean, it was truly, it's like Jack and I have had a slow build. That's a viral sensation. That doesn't happen very often. The stars need to align. So I need to hear the backstory. I want the whole thing, start to finish.
Okay. I'll try to make it clear because I like to go off on tangents. But so I back to my manager Nick. He was giving me all these tips, and he was all like, you need to be consistent on posting TikToks and this day and blah 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 blah. And uploading them on Twitter just seemed to be working for me. Like I would get a lot of followers every time I would post them. At least for me, that was a lot of followers, like a couple thousand. But then that day I had literally no ideas. I was just like, what in the heck am I gonna post today? Like I'm trying to think of a TikTok. And then you have all these girls being renegade and all this dancing stuff. And I'm just like, okay, I just need to think of something. So I was just scrolling, and at the time it was a time of voting, and I have a political stance, especially being Mexican and then the way I was raised and stuff, and my beliefs and whatnot. So definitely I was a Bernie supporter, like a genuine Bernie supporter. So I ordered 2 shirts, one for me, one for Nick. And I was like, hey, this will look cute as a crop top. So that idea came into my mind. And then I was scrolling to TikTok and I came across this OK Boomer song. And I was like, it was kind of like telling older people or boomer mentality, like whatever you say, what you're saying doesn't really matter to me, I guess. So I kind of mixed the two, and I was like, oh, this is a good TikTok. And at the time, I literally thought nothing of it. I was actually going to take a flight back to my home in the Central Valley to visit my parents, and then move the rest of my stuff back to Texas. So as I was on the plane, my video was hitting 10,000 likes a couple of hours after I posted it. And I was like, oh, this is doing pretty good. And I was showing Nick, I was like, this is doing pretty good, right? And he was like, yeah, it's doing great. And again, we thought nothing of it. And then we came back, and then it was next thing you know, I had people yelling at me and cussing me out, and and then people saying they love me and they think I'm adorable. And I was just like, what is going on? Yeah. And then it was just and by that time I was just like, what is going on? And then next thing you know, I had videos of me and PewDiePie and Pyro and Penguin Zero. They're all making videos of me, and I was like, I
was not ready for that.
It seems like even now,
really quickly.
Yeah, it was just a phenomenon.
It was growing faster than I could process it. That 100%.
That had to have been one of the biggest moments, one of the biggest viral things of Bernie's campaign.
Bernie Sanders, did he reach out to you?
He better have paid you a bag for that.
So the Bernie campaign actually did reach out to me.
Good.
And they obviously, it wasn't anything paid, but I was more than happy to spread awareness of the debate that was going on between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. So they were like, hey, can you make a TikTok so you could get the youth to watch the debate that night? And I was like, fine. So I made a TikTok for them, and that kind of was how that I helped out with that, but not from Bernie Sanders himself. That would have been insane.
Hey,
Bernie, what's up, man?
Bro. Hey, I'm squaring up, Bernie.
Hey, he took a call with Cardi B. Listen, I'm not as big as Cardi B, but
you had a bigger impact though with that OK Boomer. Listen, I'm not gonna get the CouRage and Nadeshot Show is not a political show, and I will not. I'm not very politically involved. This isn't. Yeah. I'm not going to take a stance here. But Bernie Sanders, you need to figure this the fuck out. I know Joe Biden won. I know Joe Biden won the Democratic Party's vote, and he's going to be going up against Trump. And there's a whole slew of questions. I mean, I can't. I got to stop here because it's just going to be too much controversy. I just see all the videos of Trump just being a lunatic, and then I see the videos of Biden. He can't even remember where he's at when he's talking on stage.
Hilarious.
Loses all detachment from reality and is just in another world as he's speaking. So 2020 election gonna be a great time, but Bernie Sanders, I think Nicole deserves a phone call. Yeah, and we'll help you in 2024 if you're actually. I'm not gonna say that.
Hold on. Okay, listen, he didn't mean that.
Hold on, no, that's yeah, it's so nuts how that feeling of, especially with TikTok, how it's like it can just strike, and the second you're on the For You page or you get some legs on there, you every time you refresh, it's literally 1 minute and you're like, oh, I just got 10,000 views. Another minute, 10,000 views, and then before you know it, I mean, I don't think I've ever had a TikTok go near as viral as that, but it's really interesting and cool to see. Now, before we keep going, as you know,
every time we forget.
We don't forget, but we just try to plan it strategically because so many people want to watch and learn more about Nicole or our awesome guests. And then we also like to, as we're in the middle of it, everyone's paying real good attention. We bang, wow, right in the gut with a good ad read. This one first, as you guys know, the CouRage and Nadeshot Show is brought to you by Cash App. It's where the cash is at. I made that up too. If you aren't following Cash App on Twitch, then
you.
That too. You're missing out a lot of opportunities to get free cash. Cash App hosts cash giveaways all the time. Cash App literally just gives away cash. So follow them on social media, send them your cash tag, and you'll probably make money in some capacity. Stay up to date for when all the great content goes live around gaming and free cash on their Twitch channel. Also, as you guys know, Cash App has been supporting the Gamers Outreach Foundation, a great cause to work with. When you sign up for Cash App and use the promo code Thieves, this time I'll spell it right, unlike Matt on the last podcast, THIEVES. Matt forgot the second E, so
I'm illiterate and dyslexic, and you're making fun of me. That's fucked up.
Sorry, for anyone that signed up with the promo code without the second E, you didn't get the free $10 that you received, but then also the Gamers Outreach Foundation doesn't get their $10. So please sign up with the right code, which is Thieves. If you do, again, you get $10 on your Cash App account, and Cash App donates $10 to the Gamers Outreach Foundation, which is a great cause that provides video games to kids dealing with long-term treatment in hospitals. Finally, remember to download Cash App from the App Store and Google Play Store today. That's not our only proud sponsor, Matt.
Hey, it's because we're paid out here, ladies and gentlemen. All of you watching at home, you got the CouRage and Nadeshot Show paid. Now, quickly, I'd like to add on to the Cash App ad read, as I always do. If you do not sign up for Cash App using code Thieves, not only do you hate money, but you hate sick children in hospitals. And you should feel terrible about yourself. As we transition over to Chipotle. Okay? Listen, guys.
I love Chipotle.
You love Chipotle? Well, I do too.
I love Chipotle. I like Chipotle.
I eat it every single day. We're going to get you some free Chipotle, Nicole. It's one of the perks of being a part of 100 Thieves. Yes! So, guys, on July 16th, that we're going to have the, where is it here?
Are you good, bro? I got it right here, dog.
No, I got it. Listen. Go to the ChipotleChallengerSeries.com to register for the third and fourth qualifiers that are taking place on July 11th and 12th. You'll get your chance to play in the finale against both CouRage and I on Thursday, July 16th. So be sure to tune in at twitch.tv/Nadeshot. The winner is going to Chipotle, not Nadeshot. I'm fucking this one up. Oh, we're going to the moon with this. The winner takes home $25,000 and free Chipotle for a year. But we all know that I'm winning it all. So, Jack, you got no shot of beating me in Warzone. I'm excited to play against my boys and support our amazing Chipotle, our amazing partner Chipotle. Go down to Chipotle app and try the Nadeshot Bowl for yourself. See you July 16th.
I'm playing with Dylan Francis.
Yeah, he texted me.
Dylan Francis and I are going to win.
Dylan Francis texts me and he prefaces it by saying, "No, I'm not asking to play with you." Because
I know. Trust me, he sent me the text he sent you.
Well, Dylan texts me in the middle of the stream and I don't see it for hours, and then he acts as if I hate him. I always say, "Hey, celebrity DJ Dylan Francis, aka Road to One Ab," and then we have a conversation. But the Chipotle Challenger Series is going to be awesome. I played in it last time. You guys have an opportunity to play in it again. So let's keep it moving forward. Now, in that realm of video game talk, I think something very relevant today is actually the release of the beta of Hyperspace. Is that what it's called?
Hyperscape.
All right, we're going to talk about Hyperscape for a second. Nicole, I don't know how often you're gaming on stream. I don't know what you're playing right now, which is going to be my next question. But I just want an opportunity to talk about Hyperscape because it's the #1 game on Twitch right now, coming from Ubisoft, who obviously have done a fantastic job with Rainbow Six over the years. I was a huge fan of the engine that they built and the game itself. I played it for many months on my second channel. And sometimes I really do miss the game. It combined a lot of aspects of Call of Duty that I love with a fresh take on abilities and character based classes. And I still think the game is growing every single day. So Ubisoft came out with their own genre of battle royale, just like we'll probably see every AAA developer do over the next few years. And I currently have one of the streams up right now. I'm watching Tifu play. Let me just say this. I have no idea how the hell I'm going to play this game. I am 27 years old and I feel very slow on a keyboard and mouse. Obviously not as coherent as I would be with controller, but keyboard and mouse, you look like you have to be cracked out of your mind on this game. These characters are flying 100 feet in the sky. You got no aim assist on keyboard and mouse, as you guys can imagine, and everybody is just soaring. I don't even know. I feel like I'd have to have 50 milligrams of Adderall coursing through my veins to play this game, and I don't even take Adderall. I'd need 5 Red Bulls just to comprehend some of the movement that is happening. I watched it earlier. Dr. Lupo chased somebody down for 5 real-time minutes just to kill one person. So obviously I haven't played the game. I don't have an opinion yet, but it's this futuristic shooter FPS where everybody's moving 100 miles an hour. It's insane. Literally. I don't know how to feel about it. Jack, I mean, you got to have an opinion. I don't know if I could ever play this game.
Here's the thing. It looks really fast paced and I'm trying to learn what it is. But again, it's another perfect example of like, you know, how much legs does this get? Because right now the reason it has viewership is because of Twitch drops. So it's in a beta format where you have to tune into streams to watch and get it. And it's where Valorant got all that negativity with it for doing drops. That's where this game now is again. Will I try it? Sure. But the way they're branding it is that it's like entirely built for Twitch from the ground up in regards to what they're saying. So the streamers, their chats can impact the game. I don't really know to what extent, but I know my troll ass members of my community would try to make the game as hard as possible for me, Neeko. I don't know if your audience would help you in the game or hurt you, but I know my trolls would make the game so impossible for me to play. It's not even funny.
I think for me, I actually haven't had the pleasure to look at this game yet, but knowing my community, it's either like one of the two. Either they're like really nice to me, or I just have like trolls that are like, frick you, and like they would just like completely make sure I have the worst time possible. So
I feel like my community, they're all assholes. So yeah, they would make this terrible. I would love for some gameplay to play on screen just so that everyone can have an idea. I mean, guys, I just as Jack probably has, I've been playing FPS since I was a child, and I am afraid of this game. I mean, it takes aspects of Overwatch, and it reminds me of when boosters were first introduced into Call of Duty with Advanced Warfare, people flying through the sky. Now, Advanced Warfare is another conversation for another time. I think that game was actually a little underrated, but I mean, just the visibility that you would need to have and the movement that you need to be a good player in this game, I just can't even fathom it. It's like making me sick watching it. And I just don't understand. Obviously, it's really smart to integrate Twitch and chat and make it as interactive as possible. I think any developer that's trying to leverage the platform itself to boost engagement of the game and the streams that fans are watching is really, really smart. Now, we'll know a couple months from now if it was executed well or if it was executed poorly. But just the core gameplay, and when I watch it immediately, if you guys just had to ask me for my first impressions, I'm fucking scared, and I don't think I'll play it.
I'm scared. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of happy with playing Warzone right now, playing WoW, playing League of Legends. I don't know if I want to throw in another game at the moment into my rotation outside of like Minecraft, because Minecraft got a Nether update. Have you ever played Minecraft, Neeko?
I love Minecraft. It's like so peaceful and it's just like it's simple at its core. It's like simple. And I just, it never changes at its core. So that's what I love about Minecraft. It's not like all these flying characters all over the place. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like, just like Fortnite came around, it breeded like really insane gamers that like play with their keyboards like this.
I don't know Tiffany, who's literally in our house right now. That's literally how it looks. Yeah. And
I feel like that game looks hard is probably going to like breed other gamers like that, do some crazy shit. And it's going to be insane.
It's actually such a perfect way to put it. I've been talking about trying to get another Minecraft experience going because they just did a huge Nether update where the whole Nether area has zones now and different things about it, and it really is so true because as you just mentioned, it creates all these cracked out gamers, and with skill-based matchmaking in these games, like you just can't relax. You're always tested, and to be able to go to Minecraft and like your biggest challenge of the day is like, am I going to breed cows or chickens? It's like This is awesome. This is
Yeah, I agree.
what I needed my already stressful life to be able to have.
Yeah.
I saw we have like a breakdown of everything for all of our guests, and I know Matt's gonna get into it at one point. I don't watch anime, but Matt does, and he loves it so much. So I want Matt to feel confident and comfortable enough to bring up the anime chat that I don't ever get involved in because I don't watch anime. But what is
Well,
your
I have something to show you before you ask Neeko. I'm gonna
okay?
make this about me and not about Neeko.
Oh, let's see it then. As Matt's
So,
grabbing it to me.
I actually today, my partner John asked me to lunch because he's actually going to be heading out of town for a few weeks to just get away from the house. They just had a baby, and we're all working remotely right now, so everyone has the ability to really be where they want in the world, except for people like me and Jack because we got to film content and stuff. But they brought me out to lunch. Jason was there, who's our CFO, and Jackson, who was like one of the co-founders essentially of 100 Thieves. And they got me an original art piece of my favorite anime. This is Gone Freezies. And this is an original drawing authenticated from the original manga or the original anime, I believe. I haven't gotten to dive into the research, but it has a certificate of authenticity.
Wow.
And it was a really, really thoughtful gift. Like when they brought it out, I was cheesing ear to ear. They did it to congratulate me on hitting 20,000 subs on Twitch. So that for me is this is what I love about anime. It's like taking something that is fictional and making it real. And I have like a piece of history of Hunter x Hunter now. Nicole, have you ever seen Hunter x Hunter?
I have not. I've heard Hunter x Hunter is a really long anime. So is One Piece. I heard they're both really great, but they're like extremely long. But I think I want to get into Hunter x Hunter. But there's these animes that are kind of like a lot shorter that I want to get into that Nick has a list for me to watch. But yeah, I'm still pretty new to anime. As much as I love it, the few animes that I've watched, I'm still fairly new myself too.
What are your favorites then? Let me ask you that.
The first one, I think my favorite has to be the second one I ever watched, which was My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
The third,
Midoriya.
yeah, I loved it. I binged watched the first season and the second season, but the third one, they kind of lost me. There's just too many heroes to keep track of and storylines that I'm just kind of like, I should probably get started on other ones. But the first and second season were like amazing, but you guys might hate me, or the anime lovers might hate me. I actually watched both season 1 and 2 dubbed. So
Oh no.
Oh, brother.
Oh shit.
I know, but
Oh,
but
no.
yeah, it was but every other anime that I've watched, like Sword Art Online and Parasite, those actually were in their original,
Wait,
voice actors.
so if you watched those subbed, why did you choose to watch My Hero Academia dubbed?
Because when My Hero Academia was around the time I barely still got into anime, so when I subscribed to an anime subscription, I subscribed to Funimation, and Funimation is like mostly like dubbed anime.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then so when I originally watched it, I just watched it with these voice actors, and I just got like attached to hearing them, and then I was just like, okay, well, I just have to watch it dubbed.
And that's acceptable. Like I totally understand where you're coming from, because when you get used to a character and the way they sound, it's as soon as you change that, it really can ruin the experience. I will say that One Piece is most certainly much longer than Hunter x Hunter. One Piece is like over 1,000 episodes, I think, and Hunter x Hunter only has 140. So for you, if you like to tackle small anime projects, I think Promised Neverland would be a great series to start. I think there's only like 18 episodes.
Yeah.
I got addicted to that. I finished it in like a day and a half. Death Note, if you haven't seen Death Note, it's very short, but it's you watched Death Note?
Yeah, that was the first one I watched. This one was the second one.
Oh, I think you said that. Okay, so definitely watch Promised Neverland. But if you ever have the opportunity, I highly recommend Hunter x Hunter. It's my favorite anime of all time, and it was like probably like the 5th or 6th anime that I ever watched. So to say that it overtook a lot of the other episodes or a lot of the other shows is really saying something. But I totally understand you. You're busy now. I think prime anime watch time was, when I was in high school, in college, because I didn't really have as many real world responsibilities as I do now. but I definitely have a couple more to binge. I would love to look at Nick's list and add a couple if there aren't, but I'm sure he's got it covered.
I'll have to slide that over to you.
Good. If there's any person that can help you with it, it's Matt. Because if I know one thing, it's like I'm pretty sure now 50 times this has happened where Matt talks to someone about anime. I know nothing about anime. I sit here and wait, and the anime conversation completes, and I'm like, okay, back to things I know how to talk about.
Have you tried at least to watch one?
The most effort I've put into one was Promised Neverland, which I loved the first like 7 episodes I think I watched, or 8 episodes, and I was really enjoying it. The thing is my girlfriend Maddie, she does not watch, or she has a thing where if she watches fictional shows, it sparks her anxiety and like causes her like heart rate to escalate. And for some reason, from a concussion she got in high school, that was like an after effect of it. So I'm someone, while I do love shows and movies, now that we're like quarantined and living together, basically, it's like, what am I going to go do? Like leave her by herself to go watch like 4 hours worth of an anime in the other room? I'm like, probably not. We'll just figure out things we can watch or enjoy or do together. So I'm going to blame my entire lack of watching more animes and shows on my girlfriend, and she'll have to deal with that. So that's
good guy courage.
I try. I really do try. I saved a cat from a tree earlier. I helped an elderly woman cross the street, and I don't watch TV shows if my girlfriend can't with me. Neeko, I have to ask, who are creators in the space that you look up to, or now that you've begun to, really dive so much more into developing your content across platforms? Like, who catches your eye? Who do you love watching and learning from?
That's hard because I feel like I've gone through like phases of streamers that I watch. In particular, it was always like mostly guy streamers I watched, but I also had a couple of girl streamers. So back when Valkyrie was on Twitch, I watched her for a period of time. And then there was a period of time where I watched Pokey, and there was a period of time where
that chicken was like, no, I'm not a fan. Wow, that chicken does not like Valkyrie and Pokey.
Right down here. Okay, so and then there's actually also a period of time earlier this year when I was watching Brooke. So and then when it came to men, I was watching Greek. I watched a lot of like meme streamers. So
I see.
Like Greek and Pokalols and Soda Poppin' and
that whole crew, of course.
So I was watching those, especially because they were like really late night, and I'm like, a night owl, so I would have that like on a separate monitor. But above all else, I just originally just like all these creators because either whatever they play, people watch, or they're just like themselves, Yep. And I could like feel that through the monitor that they're just themselves, and I really enjoyed that. So
I used to watch Greek all the time, and to see his weight loss has been insane. Like the amount of weight he's
shredded now. Yeah, God is shredded now.
He beat my ass for real. It's we actually, and funny enough, we had Soda Poppin' on the podcast at TwitchCon last year.
He was hilarious.
He was so funny, and Matt was so hungover for that podcast because
I was still drunk.
It was the huge 100 Thieves party at TwitchCon. Yeah. And so we're doing this, and like
I was able to get into they were like, my friends were like, oh, I'm going to the 100 Thieves. I was like, oh.
Damn, someone's getting fired at 100 Thieves.
Crazy. I know just who to call, and I know who just to fire. Great.
done for. Wow, that's basically that's it.
I'm sorry to hear it.
It was
VIP from here on out.
Yeah, there you go. We got it sorted. But yeah, we had Soda Poppin' on, and as you said, like those meme streamers, like he was legit his pure personality on the show. So like on one hand, I have Matt, who's like still drunk from this huge 100 Thieves party the night before, and then Soda Poppin' talk about the most disgusting things that you're just like, what the hell is happening? And then we're in a glass box. We look like a damn zoo attraction with all the fans of the CouRage and Nadeshot Show and Soda Poppin' crowding around it listening. And I was like, what the hell is my life in this moment? What is actually happening?
I think at one point on the podcast, Soda Poppin' said cummies, and that's when I knew that this was an issue, because we were at like the Totino's pizza roll booth, and our entire podcast was being speaker phoned out to the audience that was there. And all the other booths came to our producers was like, hey, this is too loud. You need to turn this down.
Yeah.
And like Jack said, I was still drunk. I mean, it was our party. I wasn't not gonna drink with everybody. So
Of course.
it was a shit show, but I had never really watched Soda Poppin'. It's funny, all the streamers that you listed, like Pokelaws, Greek, Soda Poppin', it's almost like they came after me. They were probably streaming. I think Soda Poppin' has been one of the longest lasting streamers on Twitch, so he was probably streaming same time I was.
Yep.
But I've just never really watched Twitch streamers, and I became a Soda Poppin' fan as soon as we got to speak to him because he is hilarious. Yeah. Greek, I've had a couple small interactions with him, like just jumping into Discords, and he just treats everybody like you're his friend, and he won't talk to you any different. He's just like, hey, Nadeshot. I don't think he really has an accent, but it's
I think
it's funny, man. There's a lot of personalities on Twitch, and enough that there's so many that I haven't even discovered yet.
Yeah, it seems like there's just someone new that's popping off every single day with that. So
have you ever watched xQc, Neeko?
I did. I can't say I was like an avid watcher, but obviously he's like such a huge streamer, and as someone that's always looking to better my own stream, I always like pop into like, you know, these big streamers, and he's definitely a character.
He is. xQc is absolutely a character. What's funny, when we were looking at that gameplay earlier, I pulled up his stream, and he has 75,000 viewers right now watching him play Hyperscape.
What did you think about Ninja and xQc going toe to toe on Twitter the other day?
Oh, that was like a whoo.
Did you see it?
I did see it. I thought it was interesting because I felt like when xQc would respond, I don't know how, but I was reading him like clap back, right? But it sounded so nice. I don't know. It just sounded like he was being like as nice as he could, especially when you see him on stream. He's like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe this. So then when I saw him, like,
that's a really good impression.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I don't know. It just sounded like not too mean, especially when he was like adding like Jessica. But yeah, I thought it was really entertaining. And then the Ninja cat comment was something.
Oh, something.
This man, Ninja,
he went for
validity to the grave.
Oh God. We just need to all be friends more, people.
Yeah,
Why can't we all just be nice to each other? I mean, at the same time, drama gets views. So, Neeko, who do you hate? I'm kidding. Oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I always feel like I'm in a rock and a hard place because I don't like to be a part of a drama, and I don't discuss drama too much on my Twitch channel. And I swear the only time I ever bring up drama is to put other people on the spot on the CouRage and Nadeshot Show so we can get our views up. So I had to throw it in there. You know what I mean? Like I've got no shame in that. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I'm gonna say it. I don't feel bad for asking.
Yeah, I don't hate anybody. I actually, I'm very much anti. I just can't deal with it. But the thing is that when I have like a disagreement with someone, I just have a very like short fuse. So if I had to be angry at someone, it's because I'm like really angry. Like I'm really angry. But other than that, like I don't like to bother with things that, you know, I could be doing content instead of like, you know, disagreeing with like, I don't know,
random people.
Jenny 354. I don't know.
Ooh, I hate Jenny 354.
I don't know, but I'm just I try to be as not problematic as possible. I don't like problems.
I'm completely with you on that. It's like my mind functions off of having peace of mind and not stressing about these things, and you know, and to put that into my life when it's just not needed. Like the most political I get is about like, you know, coronavirus stuff and telling people like, wear their damn masks and shit like that. And legit, I can't deal with having beefs with people. If someone's really that toxic to me, I'll just like remove them from my life. Like I just don't need that headache and that drama when I'm trying to just stay in my lane and keep grinding and keep doing things.
I completely agree.
Yeah, it's
just like
bad.
this extra weight on your shoulders and your mind that you have to think about.
Yeah.
When drama gets so bad, I mean, I've been a part of a couple different conversations, and you know, in some scenarios I shouldn't have said anything, in others I should have said something. And I just think to myself, when I wake up in the morning, all I want to focus on is what I need to get done that day and not have to worry about the stress that comes with drama.
Right.
but the CouRage and Nadeshot Show viewership has been skyrocketing ever since we started bringing up drama. So I'm kind of just thinking to myself, man, this Cash App bag, we want this to last as long as possible. So let's get these views up. I don't know. That's terrible for me to say. But one thing I did want to bring up after, Jack, you mentioned face masks. This is a drama that I would love to be a part of. Listen to me. Just wear a face mask. It's not that difficult. No matter what you believe in, I've seen people go into like their city council, the city hall, saying that, you know, God gave us our oxygen and we're giving him the middle finger by, you know, sending it right back into our mouths. And I'm like, what is going on up there? What is wrong with you? Just wear a mask.
Wear a mask, Karen.
Yeah, wear a mask, Karen. It's like the smallest lift that you could make to prevent other people from getting sick. Whether you believe this shit or not, I mean, it's not the U.S. government taking away your freedom. It's just human decency to protect those that you are living on this earth with, shoulder to shoulder. No. Just wear a mask. It's not that difficult. And this is going to seem like such a short-term problem when we look like 5 years down the road, because there will be a vaccine one day. And I truly believe that with the greatest minds in this world, that we will figure out how to defeat COVID-19, or at least stop or slow the spread of it. But until then, you know, this is a problem and pandemic that we have never faced together as a society in this day and age, in our modern society. Just wear a mask, please. It's really not tough. All right, we're not asking for much.
A PSA from Nadeshot.
Hey, I think I laid that down pretty well there, Jackie.
Good job, Nadeshot. I have something to completely change the topic, but
let's do it.
Nicole, I need help.
On what? I can help with a lot of things.
Good. I've never cosplayed before, and I just finished playing God of War, and I want to be Kratos, the main character from God of War. Sure, is he, you know, much taller than me? Is he jacked? Is he the son of, you know, Zeus? Is he a god? You know, is he a Superman, like super soldier? Yeah. And am I a fat kid that plays video games? Sure. But I want to become that. How much help can you give me getting into cosplay?
I mean, like making this cosplay? You're asking the wrong person. I get my cosplays from like Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. The thing is that if you want to be like a very professional cosplayer, it's kind of like a very like money and time investment.
Okay.
So you're asking the wrong person, but listen, we can find you a good cosplayer that can literally make this for you, because they're just so gifted. There's like so many gifted cosplayers that will literally make the costume and the makeup and the, you know, like Valkyrie when she did the Valkyrie skin, it was amazing.
Yeah.
That's what
you recommend working with a talented cosplay creator and not attempting to make myself Kratos.
I mean, I guess you could like wing it. It'll be funny and it'll be like cool.
Wow, that says enough. It will be funny. You already know. Instead of being a jacked, you know, Spartan, I would just look like a blob and my like white paint I'd have on to match his tone would literally be like just falling off my skin from all the sweat of everything else that I had to wear. I also probably need to get in the gym if I need to do that more. Is there someone that like, is there a character or something that you want to cosplay as one day down the road? And like, because I know Ray was so looking forward to doing the Valkyrie cosplay. You know, I dressed as Bane for like 3 Halloweens in a row from Batman. So dope. And then now I want to be Kratos in real life and for Halloween. So like, does any come to mind for you that you could think of?
One cosplay that I really, really, really would like to do one day is just so complex that I don't even know how I would pull it off. Is actually the League of Legends character Neeko, because I feel like
my new favorite champ, by the way. I've been playing Neeko. Oh, Neeko mid lane in low ranks. When you face like a melee character and you throw your stun through the minion wave and they get rooted for 3 seconds and hit them with a Q and a double procs, it's like, man, those fools are done for. But go ahead, sorry, Neeko's OP.
Y'all pro with the Neeko. I feel it. I think I would like to cosplay Neeko. Just the only reason I just don't know how to pull it off is because she has a tail. And I'm like, I don't know what I'd make a tail out of, or how I would put, like, would I like strap it on?
Yeah, how does that wind up working?
Would I glue it on? So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
If I had to cosplay as a League of Legends character, I'd probably pick Ari.
Ari.
I would pick Ari. She's my favorite League of Legends champ. Sure, is it a a female character with big boobs? Yeah, but I want to be Foxfire Ari, where she has the fire tail, and that's what I would be.
4 letters. Gnar.
Gnar.
I want to be a cat.
Oh, that is
Wait, yeah,
I was like, wait.
Yeah, wait. I was gonna say, do you want to be angry Gnar or small?
I want to be. It kind of be like a. When you go to a ball or a dance or like a wedding, I'd be like the bride. I'd switch it up, like 3 different outfits. So I'd be like little Gnar, and then I'd be like middle, like when he's growing in between, and then big Gnar, angry Gnar. And I'll just be slamming people up against the wall, taking their gold, killing minions.
I think you can pull that off. I think we should have a cosplay competition one time as 100 Thieves. That would be, wow. Talk about a huge production, but could be awesome. Is 100 Thieves collaborating with cosplay creators.
Oh, that would be cool.
They then link up with us, create the cosplays, and then we have me, you, Matt, Nicole, Brooke, Ray, Yasuo, the mob as a 4-person cosplay.
They have to always come as a unit, like
yes, no, we always.
They're not their own people.
We force the mob into being a unit for everything. They're just like pushed into the one corner always. That would be. We could make the mob minions, League of Legends minions.
Absolutely.
That's it. One of them could be a caster minion. One of them could be a melee minion. One of them could be a super minion, and then Classify could be a turret. That tall ass lanky motherfucker. That's it. We just figured it out. So I think we should have a cosplay competition, and that's a million view YouTube video right there.
I'm in.
I'm doing someone's job at 100 Thieves right now, so I deserve a raise, Matt. Let's also get that discussed too.
Jesus Christ, bro. We ain't got it. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We pay you anymore, bro. You're gonna look like Bill Gates out here.
Hey, no, that's a good problem to have, then.
For you.
True. Neeko, is there someone out there that you want to work with? Like I for years have wanted to be in a Casey Neistat vlog. I want to be in a Yes Theory YouTube video. Is there like someone you're like shoot your shot right now for a collaborative chance? Like we tried to get The Rock on the podcast and he did reply to the tweet. Who comes to mind for you if you're like, I want to work with you right now?
David Dobrick.
Oh, David Dobrick. Wow.
I like David Dobrick. He's really great. He's funny. I love his whole squad. I'm just like a big David Dobrick fan. I just love it.
So you want to join the vlog? You want to join the vlog squad?
And rep 100 Thieves. Yes.
Oh, I mean, hey, that's fine. Hell, I want to join the vlog squad and rep 100 Thieves too.
I want to do a collab. I had an opportunity to say something funny, but I feel like it's probably a bad idea.
Okay, yeah. I want to go to I think that's a great choice. I think a lot of people would pick that. But now even he's had all his content switched. Like he's now like a TikToker first.
Really?
Yeah, he hasn't uploaded a vlog. He's uploaded one vlog because everything that's shut down. He now has more followers on TikTok than YouTube.
Yeah, it's true.
TikTok is now his biggest platform because he's
really
all of his effort into that for what he's uploading right now. So
I mean, yeah, he can't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's the move. Got to keep doing that. Okay, so David Dobrick. Well, David, if you somehow watch this, Neeko wants to collaborate, maybe in Warzone or she comes out and joins the vlog squad. And
yeah, Corinna, hi.
Corinna, there you go. Hey, Corinna, there you go. That's it. The whole group, they do such. Their videos are just so good. They're just even down to like the own individual channels, like how Jeff has Jeff's Barbershop. Josh Peck does all the eating videos alongside Jonah or Nick. Zane and Heath with their podcast is so good. They really, and then Jason with just like his like dad level vlogs. They do such a good job of like covering every angle of something that people would always want to watch. And that's why I think so people are like so invested in all their channels across the board. Like they all do so well for themselves. So feel like we can all learn a few things.
I think they're just.
vlog.
I think they're the way that they like lay out their videos too. It's like enough for my like tiny brain to comprehend, you know, because like my attention span is like here, so I just consume all this content from them, and I just like enjoy every second of it. So I'm just like, yeah, that's good. That's a good
straight to the point. They know exactly what keeps people interested. Well, I couldn't agree more. Neeko, this has been an awesome time having you on the podcast, learning more about you, getting to know you. I know we can't wait to. Well, we obviously would have so much more time together out here if you during that week that you came and visited, but it was kind of like film a few things we needed and get out because of Corona. So hopefully soon, if people wear their damn masks and socially distance, and hopefully vaccine comes, we can have more great times together in Los Angeles. But this has been great to have you on here. I know by the time this comes out that already the news is out and people are so excited to have you on 100 Thieves. So congratulations again. Welcome. I know it's such an awesome experience having incredible new creators join and people that are wanting to build and do things bigger than themselves. And I think you fit into that perfectly for what we're doing at 100 Thieves. So congrats again. And hopefully your chicken's okay.
I'm pretty sure he or she is fine.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
I think this comes out on July 14th, right? I think so.
Alex will answer, and Alex will let us know in the chat. I'm sure it'll be something like that. But
I think this comes out on my
is. He said yes.
Yeah, it comes out. This is technically. So if you're watching this, it's my birthday. So.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, future you!
I don't have a.
Happy 23rd birthday, you freaking old.
I got you an iPhone tripod.
Wow!
Thank you. I actually needed that.
And I got you.
I'll send it in the mail.
A ninja hairband. There you go.
I got myself face masks. Where are your
wow! Look at that. See,
it's the best birthday ever.
You really got everything you need to be a star out there. Wow. Well, yeah. Happy birthday then as well. This is a damn good week to announce it. Then it's like that was planned.
Yeah,
good job, guys.
Honestly, yeah, it's a lot of things are aligning too well. I feel like something bad might happen. Let's hope it doesn't.
No.
We're good. We're good.
Wait, are we having an earthquake?
Wait. Okay, listen. I have like a $100 like desk, so like every time like I do something, it shakes my whole We're working on a budget over here, all right?
Not for long.
Yeah, trust me, not for long. Shit.
Neeko, like Jack said, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We're so excited to have you part of 100 Thieves. I apologize to anybody if my brain was going off in so many different directions today. It's the worst idea to film a podcast the day before 4th of July or 4th of July. Remember October or July 3rd, we also have off.
What did you just say?
No, it's no, I'm actually serious. Everybody has off tomorrow because it's 4th of July observed, and then Saturday is 4th of July. And so this was my last work requirement that I had until the weekend starts. Wow. So my brain's been all over the place. Neeko, I apologize, but I had a fantastic time chatting with you. Thank you so much for coming on. Just to reiterate everything that Jack said, we're so excited to have you part of 100 Thieves. I can't wait until everyone can see, or they have already saw, the announcement video. We're going to do some incredible things together.
Jersey,
thank you for putting your faith in here. The jersey looks great. Happy birthday. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I can't wait to catch up soon and create some content together.
Let's go. Let's get working.
So many good times ahead. I love it. Thank you again to Cash App and Chipotle for sponsoring the CouRage and Nadeshot Show. We love you guys, and we love everyone who watches. You guys continue to show more and more support, so thank you so much. Be sure to leave a like on this video. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. Leave 5 stars on iTunes, and we'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.
See you guys.
Bye.